Johnny, how you doing, buddy?
What's up, homie? How you doing, man?
Good to see you. I'm here with comedian Howie Dewey and Kenny Hickey, guitar player extraordinaire.
Of course. What's up, guys?
What's up?
How you doing?
So there's a live clip of Whiplash Pants.
Wait a minute. How come he gets to call in and I got to show up?
You live in Brooklyn. You take the subway down.
Christ.
He's in Buffalo. There's no subway from Buffalo. If that's where you are, where are you calling from, Johnny?
I'm calling from my bar, Masuda Chow's.
Talk about that, man. So you're a restaurateur as well as a musician.
Yeah, man. I've been behind the bar my whole life in between tours. It's a great way to make money in between tours, and finally decided to open up my own place, man. Instead of making all this money for other people.
That's amazing, dude.
What
Power to you.
What's the name of it again, Johnny?
Masuda Chow's, Masuta, which is like Mr. Chow's.
Right, and it's in Buffalo, New York.
Yes, it is.
So everybody get down there and put a few
Freeze
bucks.
your ass off.
Yeah, well, and put a few bucks in the till over there. Support the Chow man. But
Right on, man.
you have a new live album, and from what I understand, and this is crazy, not one overdub on this entire album. Is that true?
That's true, man. Not one overdub. We wanted to do something that was going to be, truly what was captured at the show. There's some, little mistake here or there, possibly, not even possibly. There are little flubs here and there, but I think that's the kind of charm of it, man. You listen to all those old classic rock albums, man. They have like fluctuation and tempo and stuff like that, and then it becomes part of the song, and it's actually like, a nice, charming little piece of the song. So we just wanted to present exactly what we actually did.
I agree 100%. When you go to see a rock show, you take all the bum notes and the clams with it. It doesn't matter. You're out there having a great time. And there's, live albums that haven't been touched up like this one, or, Aerosmith live bootleg, which, they're playing like half those songs on cocaine speed. Yeah. But that becomes
Is it a real bootleg though?
No, it's a real release, but it's bootlegs of songs from different shows.
Great, man.
It's a great album. Yeah, no retouches or anything. So that's cool that you guys put that out there completely live. I hear Eddie Trunk all the time talk about, he's railing against all these bands that have they use their laptops and there's a million backing tracks and all this stuff. But Stone Sour, it's all real, man. What you hear is what you get, huh?
Yeah, for sure, man. We just wanted to capture the energy, make sure everybody, here's what you actually heard at that show in Reno, Nevada.
What about now, the question for Kenny. So Typo never had an official live album. Why was that?
Because we sucked.
Okay, as a guy...
I have a live recording from Amore that we're talking about releasing. And my current management, scooped it up. I guess somebody recorded it from the board. And this is probably 97 or something, and sent it to Josh and I. We were listening to it. It was terrible. And I don't know, should we release this? And Josh was saying, it really isn't that bad considering.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think for the fans. And if you want to touch it up, I have nothing against that. But
Nah, we ain't going to... Listen. I ain't going to get Josh to get in the studio and touch anything up.
No.
So, who's going to touch it up? I ain't going to.
Not Warren.
It's not going to be... If you release it, it should be released as is. But the thing is, it's a weird board recording. So, the keyboards are buried. It's not balanced.
Right. Well, and also you guys, you guys who are in bands hear way more than we do. Your guys' ears are much better trained than ours is.
That's why we have careers.
That's well, but when you guys say there's mistakes on an album, right? Howie, you ever listen to a rock album and they go, yeah, we left some of the mistakes on there, and I go, I don't hear any mistakes.
You hear them in the 70s, they put out plenty of mistakes. The 60s too, but a lot of it there were great mistakes. They added character.
Right, and the average fan doesn't even hear them.
Tony Iommi said, I never played on a record where I was in tune until I think it was Volume 4.
Really?
Yeah.
You were talking about the Aerosmith album. They play Mama Kin in those songs, and they sound perfect, and they were out of their minds.
Oh, completely out of their minds, yeah. And no touch-up. So I just bring it up, Johnny, because you don't really hear about that a lot. That a band will just to put something out just raw like that. Obviously a lot of our favorite live albums from when we were kids or been obviously touched up. Both Kiss, Kiss Alive 1, Kiss Alive 2, Judas Priest, Unleashed in the East, all touched up, but they're still live and dangerous.
They work. They captured
Lizzie.
the band's live experience.
Yeah, so.
Well,
I think it's great, especially.
Go ahead, Johnny.
Touching on what you were saying about like how we say, oh man, we had a mistake here, we had a mistake there. You got to remember too, we've been probably played that song 20 million times, and we also, have what the audience is hearing is not what we're hearing because we all work off of in-ear monitors, so we have our own mixes, and I hear precisely everything that everybody is doing.
Yeah. What's you have any favorite live albums from growing up, or there's not a lot of classic current ones, but
I mean, like you just said, Kiss Alive. I mean, it's just like that's about as classic as you can get. I mean, even with all the fake audience, it's amazing.
Yeah, I think on Kiss Live 1, it was like a Super Bowl, one of the Super Bowl crowds they put in there cheering.
What's amazing about Kiss Alive 1 is all their studio recordings before that never really hit it or did anything.
No, because those productions were terrible.
That record captured their energy live.
Yeah.
And whether it was canned, some of it was canned. I know they corrected some of it or not, but it did capture the live experience of Kiss. I mean, I don't know if you guys ever saw Kiss live, but they're one of those bands too, where either they're on and they're great, or they sound like a freight train with square wheels.
Yeah, but we didn't know that back then. So what we thought was what we heard on those albums. Yeah. And Johnny, that's a good lead into what I was going to talk to you about, which is Stone Sour now has really gained a lot of momentum, and I got to assume that. A lot of that, or part of that at least, is that this has really been a band situation now for the last several years, and not just this is a Corey Taylor side project with whoever's in it. This has been you and Roy and Corey and Christian.
I'll tell you what, you're right about that, man. It's I think one of the cool things about this album and about the past few years of Stone Sour being together is that Josh and Corey are, of course, from Iowa, and they have that whole, Midwest vibe to them. But Roy, Christian Martucci, and myself all come from the New York punk rock and hardcore scene. We all lived in New York together at one time. And it's funny how we come full circle back into this band that's more of a radio rock band. But we all come from, we take the fundamentals that we were born and raised on, and we put it into the writing of this last album.
Yeah, and before that, I mean, obviously, you've played with lots of people before that. I mean, I think I first met you when you were playing. Was it Cavalera Conspiracy, maybe?
Probably Cavalera Conspiracy.
But you bounced around for a long time. Do you like to be the hired gun, or are you really enjoying this band situation more?
I mean, to be honest with you, man, there's nothing better than to be able to write your own music, write your own bass lines. Being a part of a creative team, feeling that magic. And that's, one of the things with Stone Sour on the not this past tour cycle, but the tour cycle before then, at the end of the tour cycle, they offered me, an equal membership into the band, which was amazing because like you said, I've been hopping around from Cavalera to Soulfly to George Lynch, hopping around all these bands and not writing my own stuff. I'm just getting up there and playing Roots. You're not going to rewrite Roots. You know what I mean?
Yeah. As much fun, you're right. As much as it's fun to play with those guys. So and obviously, again, you guys are gaining lots of momentum. Corey's off doing Slipknot now, of course. He bounces back and forth. I think that helps keep both bands fresh. Christian's playing with Black Star Riders. Roy is playing with Hell Yeah. What's the Chow stir up to these days? Just a restaurant, or are you out playing still?
Well, to be honest, I'm always playing, man. I'm always writing. It's just something that's in your blood. You're always going to do that. Could be a possibility I don't even want to talk about really, but for the most part, man, I'm really glad. We just had a long cycle. We were out for 3 years from the time we wrote the album to the time we got done with the last show. And it's good to be back home here. This restaurant's only a year and a half old. So basically, every time you go on tour, you tell the lady, all right, well, welcome to being a single mom again. I'll see you, in a couple years.
Yeah.
But now it was not only that, it was welcome to being a single mom again. Oh, yeah, and you have to design and open this bar by yourself.
Well, Kenny's wife knows
Been there, done that, kid.
all too well. Hey, I wanted to ask you this before I let you go. I was talking about it with. Howie's got a question too. Go ahead, Howie.
I got one question, man. Look, you're at a bar right now in Buffalo, New York.
Yep.
Cold weather, snow, but you look happy as hell. So let's be honest. How pumped are you about the Bills right now?
Oh, my God, I can't believe it. I mean, whatever with the loss they had last weekend.
It was a great game.
Yeah, it was a great game, and I'll tell you what, man. I lived through the '90s with the Bills, where they were like the team, and then from that point on, it's just been like crap year after crap year. So the whole city's got a nice buzz about it with the Bills, man. It's really nice to see.
Gotta be.
Yeah, and I'm a miserable Jets fan. So,
That's horrible.
so best. I asked Kenny this. Best tour truck stop in your opinion. What do you think? Are you a Loves guy? Are you a Flying J? What's your favorite truck stop?
I used to be a TA, the Travel America, but I think Flying J is more my style these days. And honestly, there's this one, oh God, I forget. It's like this Beaver. It's a weird, like, they might have one or two of them, but it's this big, huge, massive like truck stop with all sorts of showers and restaurants in there and everything. But it was it was during Thanksgiving, and I remember it was like a 3 a.m. stop, and everybody probably might have had a little buzz on, and Roy gets out of the bus and goes in there and he buys a frozen turkey because it's around Thanksgiving, and we all get back on the bus. We're like, all right, makes sense.
Yeah, he bought a frozen turkey, a Bowie knife, a cut-off flannel,
exactly.
and 3 pounds of beef jerky.
Is that's not near Saratoga? Is that near Saratoga, New York?
To be honest with you, man, I forget.
I'm pretty sure I've been there.
And weeks and years blur together.
Garrett, where's this place? He's showing the sign up here, Johnny.
New England area, so maybe Saratoga.
It's in Queensbury. Yeah, and there's a train in the top with a fucking beaver that's going around the train, right? No, I've been there. I got kicked out of there like 4 a.m. one night. Yeah, I swear to God.
Yeah, exactly.
Why'd you get
it's the only
kicked out?
time you go.
Well, what do you think? All right. Well, so we'll give a plug to the Beaver Mart, wherever that is.
Yeah.
And don't be surprised if you walk in there and you see the guys from Stone Sour hanging out, causing trouble. Pick up the new album, "Hello You Bastards," live in Reno. And I always appreciate a few minutes, man. And I'll see you down the road somewhere, Johnny.
Right on. Thank you so much, Don.
Good luck with the
Appreciate it,
restaurant.
guys.
Be
Have
good,
a
brother.
one, man.
See you later. So there you go.